Hi Leo, welcome to your August 2017 Astro Tarot forecast. My name is Charla from astrology.com, and this month we have two eclipses that are really going to shake things up in your relationship sector. Now these are the eclipses that I talked about in the annual yearly forecast available on my YouTube channel, so make sure you recheck those out so that you can see how the year will progress later on. So far we are kind of right on target with that yearly projection that I put out around, I think, February or March. This month there is going to be some endings in certain relationships, maybe long-term relationships that you've had with other people. Could be some endings related to females within the home. Could be some issues dealing with children, a lot of unkept emotions, I think, or emotional circumstances that have been up and down for some time that you will really need to get a handle on, or there will be an ending projected there from an emotional outcome. Now from July 23rd, you begin to experience this sudden and new, really rebirth in your own sign. Where there was this new moon in Leo that really projected you forward, maybe to put yourself out to another person even. Maybe you were thinking about how you behaved in certain relationships according to patterns related to your past. There are certain issues, I think, that you need to redefine within relationships, boundaries that need to be redefined, and that is going to certainly be true in the month of August. First off, we have the lunar eclipse in Aquarius, August 7th or 8th, that brings that ending, and then there is a new moon solar eclipse in your sign. And this eclipse is something to really be excited about, Leo. This eclipse is going to bring the wild card, and I think that is how this eclipse should be titled. This eclipse is going to be trine Uranus in Aries, which is your ninth house of legalities, academia, publishing, people at a distance, travel, banking, financial institutions, any legal paperwork that may have even been defined for you in the past. This is coming up again. So this is yourself with sudden information from this area coming into you. And then this eclipse is also loosely trine Saturn in Sagittarius, which is really about your fifth house of children, romance. So for some of you, this is going to be legalities involving children that are going to take place. And this may have been something that came up for you. Actually, you may have first heard wind of this or have been thinking about this over the month of July into August. And now, from August 21st forward, this really begins to be a theme in your life, or you're going to start to receive these messages. Now, the cool thing about this eclipse is the way that it's going to work. Whether it works out perfectly for you or positively for you, rather, is going to be a different story, and it's going to depend on your own natal chart. If you need a reading for that area, consult me for a private reading. But this is a general spread, and so that's how I'm going to view it here as I'm discussing it. For most of you, I feel like this is going to be a positive eclipse. It is going to allow you to put yourself out there concerning legalities and that also involve children, academics that involve children, or any type of communication with a child. I feel like you're really going to be able to get your point across. Now this eclipse, again, as I was saying, the cool thing is that Mars will be at 20 degrees as this eclipse takes place at 29 degrees. Now, I'm all about the math, so 29 degrees of Leo means the final phase of something. We're talking about the final phase, possibly here, of something that involves legalities and children, and it's going to greatly affect you. Because this eclipse takes place at 29 degrees, here we have the eclipse here, and Mars is just behind it at 20 degrees. We're really going to have to wait until Mars crosses that eclipse degree, or there's going to be a second phase around September the 4th. Now, this is about a 2-week time frame. And so when that Mars crosses that eclipse degree on September the 4th, you are really going to feel the aggression and the energy and the action that is needed to get through this situation. On top of that, we have Mercury, the planet of communication, retrograde in Virgo from August the 12th through September 11th. Now, this is your financial sector. There is going to be something that involves your own income, and income even it's really going to spread across that financial axis and pull in monies that are paid to you from other people. And this dynamic is really going to be up for review and change in the month of August, even leading into September, because the first part of September is when this energy is going to meet head on and this situation is going to be straightened out, or there's going to be a decision made. There is a full moon September 6th in Pisces in your sign, in the sector of the sky that rules your 8th house of debt, joint resources, taxes, child support, divorce, there's death. Any of these matters, or especially legal matters regarding a child in these situations, they're going to reach an emotional culmination. I feel like this is going to be a situation that's going to linger for the next 6 months. You may have to review this, especially if this is a child support related situation. You're going to have to review this situation on and off again for the next 6 months. But it is the last leg of something. And I do feel like just because Saturn is trining your sun, I feel like there is going to be something that involves hard work. And this is going to require you to be more independent, to be more... depend on yourself more for certain situations. And so at least for a little bit until you can get things straightened out, Leo. So I do want to remind you that all of the planetary energies that I just talked about, that I just spoke about, are set in stone. But the cards that I'm about to talk about, the messages from Spirit, are a reflection of your consciousness right now and your mindset right now. So that is how we are going to approach the next part of this reading. I also want to remind you that I am offering the $25 for 45-minute Astro Tarot reading, and a reading just like this that I'm about to give here today. And this is only available through the end of August for $25. After that, the prices will go back up. This was just a little summer special. This message is delivered to you via a private link to YouTube. No one can see this video but you. It will be available for your viewing for about 30 days. Of course, there are ways I think you can download that information, but I'll leave that up to you. I just want you to know that as we approach this reading, this is a general forecast. I feel like in the first part of the month, as we're approaching that lunar eclipse in Aquarius, August 7th or 8th, depending on your time zone, you are feeling very blocked. You're feeling like you are just submerged and the emotions are just all over the place. I feel like some of you are wanting to pull back into yourself. You're really needing to get a handle on your own thoughts, on your own energies, and you're reflecting about what it is that you need to do, because something new is coming forward from that August 21st solar eclipse that is going to be emerging. Something new that could take about 9 months to solve, or it's going to again involve legalities, academics, people at a distance, any type of higher learning or media related situation. But I feel like there's a synergetic process that's taking place. All of this is happening for a reason. And I feel like there is going to be some sort of unblocking. You're going to feel some sort of release from this situation, some sort of letting go. And I think you're going to come to this conclusion after the middle of the month. Then you're going to be ready to move forward with the situation. But I think first you have to collect your thoughts. I'm going to lay the tarot down for another layer. So we have the sun here twice. We have the sun card and the sun here. This is definitely denoting your sign and your own inner power. It's also denoting this solar eclipse and what it will bring. We have the lunar eclipse depicted here also. So I feel like definitely you are feeling, very much into your own power already. It's just that you are going into this state of reflection and you are thinking about how you have had monies invested in your future. You're thinking about how certain incomes may have been blocked and you're feeling like you're not going to have enough money, like you're going to be left out in the cold in some regard. I feel like some of you really have to pull back into yourself around that lunar eclipse, because you aren't going to understand how this is all going to work out. Now we have the High Priestess here. For those of you who follow me, you know that I have a profound message that comes from the High Priestess. And so I'm going to lay out some cards that are going to have special meaning here. It's going to be an elevation of thought and energy here. So they're wanting you to pay attention that this situation is going to involve monies paid out to you or joint resources that you have with other people, and that they are going to have to be analyzed and refigured mathematically, even from a group of people. So that is the situation that is going to emerge, and that is what is going to require action. And it's almost like it's coming in very fluid to you, maybe something you weren't expecting. Boom, then it emerges. We don't have the Tower here, but definitely there is a situation where someone who has paid out this money, if this is child support, this is the person that's paying it out, and they are the ones that are coming forward about this situation. And I think there is something that they have to offer. They could be attached to an air sign. Definitely this person is coming out to seek a financial and emotional security, even mostly emotional security within a relationship. There seem to be some brains behind the situation here, something that's coming forward related to home and family or having the happy outcome. The synergetic energy here involves nurturing, and this could also come from a very female water sign, or someone who is projecting that they want to offer nourishment and support in the situation, perhaps even to a child. And there is a situation involving a financial outcome that needs to be readdressed, perhaps concerning the situation. There's a truth that needs to come out. Something has been hidden in the dark for way too long. There has been a lack of communication, and I feel like this makes you feel defeated or has you feeling trapped in a certain situation. I think some of you are reflecting back to an issue regarding children, or there are just illusions regarding a fire sign in your child, or perhaps for some of you, this is a relationship from the past, Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius, and you are going to begin to reflect back on this situation, but there are illusions tied up with this person. From the end of the month, there's going to be a lot of communication, and this just really reflects the stars. There's a lot of communication that's going to need to be addressed about the balance of give and take and juggling a financial situation. This situation seems like it's just been going back and forth, and it has never ended. But there is about to be a new beginning pertaining to this situation. There is a new family that is emerging here. A wish card is here. Someone is coming in with sneaky behavior. Someone is a thief, and it is keeping you up at night. And also there is someone who is above and on board with this situation, a supervisor, authority figure, a judge, or something. And this person does not have your best interest at heart, Leo. Definitely, if you are a female Leo, this is doubly true for you. So watch out for sneaky people. Watch out for sneaky behavior, Leo. If this has been you in the past, it is coming forward. I feel like some of you are wanting to hang on to a past relationship. There's a stubbornness here. There's also, it's almost like you're wanting someone new to come in that's going to bring you stability to your home and family foundation. But I feel like someone is definitely going to hang on to their money. They are definitely going to hang on to their family. Yeah, if you're in a third party situation here, this is a heartbreak for you, because this person is not going to let go of their situation at all. Especially if they are a fire sign, or if you're if you are a male Leo, then this is you. You are not going to, I think you're contemplating moving forward in a different relationship, in an older relationship, but you just aren't willing to leave your home and family foundation and move forward in this area. Yeah, I feel like you have all these overwhelming emotions, like you're wanting to move forward in this situation. It's just that you've learned everything to date about how this could possibly turn out. And even though you have these very private thoughts, and sometimes you just want to like dream and wish away and wish that this person could be with you, you're holding on to this firm and family foundation, the ultimate bliss that revolves around financial security, the legacy that you are going to leave another person. For some of you, around that lunar eclipse, August 7th or 8th, you're really pulling back into yourself, into your home and family, to really rethink certain situations that are hidden. You want to really get a handle on your own emotions. For some of you, I feel like you feel left out in the cold, maybe by Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, who is involved celebrating a situation. There could be a legal attorney attached to this person, and you have very conflicting emotions about this situation. Five of Swords, too many people involved in this situation. Too many people involved with you, Leo. Too many people who are causing conflicts. And for some of you, this could involve your child, who is also a fire sign, Sagittarius, Aries, or Leo. Or this is you wanting to put yourself out for a new career, and there are just too many conflicts. You're feeling like financially strained, and this could definitely take place over 6 months, because I see a difference in the way that you make money and your debt-income ratio. It is very unbalanced. It is very insecure. There are going to be disappointments here. You're going to need to find the keys, look past the illusion. Some of you need to stop drinking. Let me just say that. Some of you need to put these illusions away, and you need to stop drinking, certainly, here in this situation. Definitely. Some of you are overindulging with food or alcohol. There's a need to put these situations, this is the focus too, they're pulling in. Put these situations away, because you have bigger things to, bigger fish to fry right now. Right now, you got to get a handle on your home security. Someone has the keys, and they know how to manipulate this situation. They know how to get to the truth of either a relationship or this balance of give and take between two partners. Definitely this could involve a child. I see a lot of child support, family court cases here for you, Leo. This doesn't have to be all of you. For some of you, this is about a past relationship and the emotional roller coaster that you've been on with this relationship. And it's just never ending. And I feel like for some of you, if you're fighting with an ex-spouse about monies or something like that, I feel like some of you are just going to want to let it go. You may not want to keep going with this situation. Yeah, some of you are just going to walk away from this situation. You're just like, okay, I can't anymore. I'm done with it. Let's see what the advice is here for walking away. Music is essential to your healing, but this is the whale. So sometimes this is a situation that really makes us splash, whether singing, playing an instrument, or listening. So this is almost like listen to your heart. I just heard that song in my head, which is often a signal to me, where someone really needs to not just fight for the reason of fighting, but to actually be honest with themselves about how they feel about a certain situation. And I just felt compelled to pull a healing card for you, which is odd. So let's see what it says. It says, I turn my eating over to you and ask you to guide me to foods and beverages that taste good, are fulfilling, and support my ideal health and weight. And I felt like that's what we have here. Some of you are so wrapped up in your emotions and hanging on to past relationships that you are letting these relationships get the better of you. You have got to take your power back. Let go of what needs to be go of, Leo. I feel like that so very strongly. These things are just tearing you apart. These conflicts with past relationships, past groups, legalities, academics, all of these situations that have just seemed like they have gone on forever in this never-ending process of, trying to really balance certain situations. I think it's time for you to look for a goal of happiness. And I think that this happiness needs to come from something new that's coming forward here. I think you're going to get your new wish. You're going to get a wish for a new beginning. I think you're going to have to communicate a lot about your debt-income ratio. But I feel like there are people located at a distance, or people that have sneaky behaviors, that are juggling relationships, who are pulling the wool over your eyes, or they're just no good for you. And I feel like you're going to have to walk away from that certain relationship, whether it's a child or this is a past relationship. You got to let go of it, Leo, and it's time to do it. Relationship harmony. We angels are opening the hearts of everyone involved. Arguments and conflicts are being resolved now. So endings don't always have to be a battle, Leo. I got that in someone else's reading too, but they don't always have to be a battle. There's a difference in just, spending money to keep going to court, and nothing's ever really going to be situated. 29 degrees of Leo is 29 degrees. It is the end of something. And for some of you, this is the end of a relationship. It is definitely going to be the end of your part in a relationship where you are becoming ready to move on. And it may take you, from December even into February to finally let go of this relationship. But you're going to see that this is, try to look ahead now and save yourself. I wish that were possible. I wish it was so easy for us to think with our head instead of our heart, right, Leo? And so if you have old jealousies, hurts, and resentments with certain people in your life, you need to, especially if they're located at a distance, again, if this involves a child or a past romantic relationship, you've got to let go. You can't keep on this emotional roller coaster. It's not doing your health any good, for sure. It's not doing your mental health any good either. And so you've got to get on board, Leo. Come on, get yourself together. Let's do some adulting, and let's try to let go of these people, because they aren't, they're not. If something hasn't worked out so far, and you've been the one pushing for it to work out, it's not going to work out. The only way that this can work out is if this person comes back to you on their own. So let that happen, Leo. Just agree to let go of a situation and go ahead and look forward to something in the future. Put yourself out there. Watch your health. Start eating right. Stop drinking for some of you. Stop it. If you do have an addiction, please seek help with a professional. Certainly, I am not here to take the place of anyone offering professional medical advice here or telling you how to run your life. I'm reading what the messages that Spirit has in the cards for you. So I wish you the very best, Leo. I want to pull one more card. What can Leo do to help themselves this month? It says, trust the creative spark you're feeling and express it through writing stories that inspire and enlighten. Sometimes this is about writing a message. I've gotten this before when I've needed to let go of people, and it's about journaling and writing down how you feel on certain days, so that the next week when you're back on that emotional roller coaster, you're not finding yourself caught up in the same web. Also, this is about communicating with other people and networking, like a spider web. Getting ready to, I wouldn't say catch your prey, because if you catch someone that's unwilling, it's not going to be anything but a mess, Leo. So just really focus on writing down your feelings. I think journaling, I think that's going to help you. Writing to other people, communicating, that's going to be your best bet this month. So I wish you so much wealth, health, and happiness in the month of August and in the next 6 months also. I'll be back next month, Leo. See you next time.